Then doon parang hindi masyado mapila, like they have rules and regulation. Then all of the people there is following the rules. Yes, that's why ang parang ang neat and clean ng Coles. So ito din, may Philo din, may grocery in Philo. So, ayan, pwede naman kayo mag-order if tinatamad kayo. So, they have www.coles.com.au. Ayan, meron din po silang for Philo. So, ayan yung mga typical food expense. So, if gusto nyo makatipid or gusto nyo medyo tipid sa budget. So, ayan, pwede kayo mag-pizza, Uber Eats, grocery. Yan yung mga medyo mura po doon sa Australia. So, our word for today, Accentrics, the most effective way of changing the way we view the world. So, ayan, yan yung pinaka most effective ng pag-change ng pagtanaw natin sa mundo is babaguhin natin yung pagtanaw. That's why yan yung ating word of the day. So, here, typical jobs for students. So, ito na, yung mga typical na fit siya na trabaho for student visa. So, here, make a big impact with our professional sliding chart. So, here, ang mga trabaho nito is fit siya for student visa. So, housekeeper. So, makikita nyo sa www.sick.com.au yung housekeeper jobs in Sydney. Barista, mayroon din po tayo. Jobs in grocery, yun na nga po yung sa Coles or sa Philo. Or childcare, ayan, meron po silang, ito po yung mga trabaho na fit siya sa mga student visa holder. So, once you are given a full-time working permit, you can look for a job for your profession. So, ayan, pag nabigyan na po tayo ng full-time working permit, pwede na po tayo maghanap ng trabaho na profession po natin like office staff or temping. Makikita din po natin siya sa www.sick.com.au or network engineer, assistant in nursing, and bookkeeping. So, ito lang yung mga typical na jobs na para sa mga professional or once mabigyan ka na ng full-time working permit. So, ito, unrestricted work rights or unlimited work rights pa to nung last year, 2023. So, I hope this 2024 magbaba ulit ng memo yung Australian government na may unlimited work rights. So, ito yung hinahabol din ng mga student na nag-a-apply din po sa amin. So, dito po tayo sa part na to is you must have sufficient funds. So, ano nga ba pag sinabing you must have sufficient funds? So, here, all applicants in this application confirm that they each have access to sufficient funds to support themselves for the total period of stay in Australia and understand that further evidence of funds may also be requested. So, here, everyone is, kailangan lang natin ipakita sa DFA, sa Australian Government or Department of Home Affairs na kaya natin sustentuhan ang ating sarili sa buong period ng pagstay natin sa Australia. So here, ito po ay nasa immigration online account lang din po natin. Bago natin isubmit sa immigration, kailangan lang po natin ilagay kung magkano ang ating pera, value in Australian dollars. Ayan, yung kung sino yung magfa-funds sa atin. So, ayan po. So, kailangan lang natin ilagay ang sufficient funds po natin. So, let's proceed. So, here, sa part na ito, the typical reason of rejection. So, guys, if para aware ang lahat, if you have a blood disorder, if you have cancer, if you have heart disease, hepatitis B, C, or liver disease, HIV infection including AIDS, kidney disease including dialysis, mental illness, pregnancy, respiratory disease that has required hospital admission or oxygen therapy, or others. So, or does any applicant require assistance with mobility or care due to medical conditions? So, guys, or everyone that listening sa seminar this afternoon, if you have this mentioned na mga sakit, yes, you have like parang ito po yung mga typical na reason kung bakit nare-reject ng immigration ng inyong visa. That's why. So, if you have this kind of sickness, kailangan aware na kayo na you have a big chances that you might be a result of denial. So, ayan, at least dito, we are showing or we are pinapakita namin dito yung kung like if you have this sickness, yes, pwede po kayong ma-reject or may auto-denial. At least you are aware kung may ganyan ka, pwedeng ma-denied ka po. So here, this part of this seminar, the actual courses. So here, everyone, if you are early childhood education and care courses and community service courses, so ayan yung mga nakashow sa screen natin ng enrollment, tuition, and material fees na onshore tsaka offshore. So ayan yung for early childhood education and care courses and community service courses, we have Certificate 3, we have Diploma of Early Childhood, Package Early Childhood, Certificate 4 in Mental Health, Diploma of Community Service, package health and community courses. So, sa mga na-mention ko po, nasa screen po ang kanilang enrollment, tuition, and material fees. So, you are aware kung magkano ang inyong enrollment, tuition, and material fees na mababayaran. So, at least you have an idea kung magkano yung magagastos nyo for that kind of course. So, here naman for management courses, ito yung onshore tsaka offshore, then yung enrollment tsaka tuition and material fees. So, for management courses, we have Diploma of Leadership in Management, Advanced Diploma of Leadership in Management, Graduate Diploma of Management. So, for IT, we have Diploma of Information Technology, we have Advanced Diploma of Information Technology. So, for automotive, we have Certificate 3, Certificate 4, and Diploma of Automotive Technology. So, ayan kanila yung andyan yung mga enrollment, tuition, and material fees each courses. So, kailangan yung i-apply nyong kurso is related sa pag-graduate nyo dito sa Pilipinas para hindi tayo ma-auto-reject or auto-denial. Kailangan related or magkakalapit or match ang inyong courses sa pipiliin yung courses na ipapatuloy sa Australia. For trade courses, we have Certificate 3, Certificate 3 in Painting and Decorating, Certificate 3 in Wall and Floor Tiling, Certificate 3, and Diploma of Building and Construction. So for engineering courses, they have Advanced Diploma of Civil Construction Design. For hospitality courses, they have Certificate 4, they have Diploma of Hospitality Management, they have Package Hospitality courses. So, ayan yung mga na-mention ko na course is ayan yung kanilang mga enrollment, tuition, and material fees. At least, you have any idea kung magkano yung mga tuition fee na kukunin nyo na related dapat dito sa courses nyo sa Pilipinas. So, everyone na nanonood na ating seminar, if you have a question, just drop your question. Then after this seminar, I'll answer that. And if you are interested, just drop also your full name and number. Then our team will gonna call you back. Dito sa part na to, the course start date or yung intake na tinatawag. So, this 2024, we have yung na available or yung mga upcoming intakes is we have 3 intakes because January is tapos na po. So, the upcoming intakes is April 22, 2024, July 15, 2024, and the last intake for 2024 is October 8. So, ayan yung mga upcoming intakes or 3 upcoming intakes for 2024. So, much better mag-apply po kayo for April because no show money and no IELTS pa din po tayo. But, hindi po siya, as I said earlier, hindi po siya pang long term. By July, I think pwede siya magbago by July or because this April is hindi po siya binabago. But I don't think if kaya siya hanggang July. Sa summary of fees, so a lot of clients nagtatanong about this. So here, the summary of fees. So sa summary of fees na ito, kasama na yung school tuition fee, school enrollment fee, school material fee, visa application fee, medical fee, the OSHC or 1-year single applicant, yung biometrics, ayan kasama na po dyan. So ito po is estimated only, so add 10% buffer So, sa Australian dollar, ang lahat-lahat ng mga gastos na na-mention ko ng mga fees is 7,245 Australian dollars. So, sa peso, it's 253,550 pesos. Depende po yun sa course na kukunin nyo. So, that's why it's estimated only lang po yan. So, we always suggest or advise add 10% buffer. So, para hindi siya ma-short sa budget or something. That's why kailangan natin add 10% buffer. So, if you have any question, just so here, this part of seminar, I'll gonna show you how to earn almost 1 million in just 5 months. So, akalain mo yun, sa Pilipinas, hindi natin ma-reach ang almost 1 million in just 5 months if regular employees ka lang, di ba? So, in Australia, you can earn that. If you're earning at $35 per hours and work 40 hours a week, you get 1,400 a week salary. So, this is based on the $35 per hour and 40 hours a week. So, if you are a single applicant, in just 5 months, you will earn almost 1 million. But if you have spouse or like if you are a couple, you earn almost 2 million in just 5 months as a couple. Kasi dito is pinagsama lang natin or dinoble yung inyong income. So, in just sa loob ng 5 buwan, you earn almost 2 million. So, biruin mo yun, pag dalawa kayo ng couple na yan dito sa Pilipinas, kailangan pa natin ata taon bago natin makuha yung ganyang kind of money, right? So, sa mga viewers, if you have a question, don't hesitate to comment down below your question and I'll answer it right away. So, here is our 8-step application process. So, step 1, sign the agreement or the contract, na company contract. So, step 2, submit all the requirements like your TOR, diploma, NBI, passport, and any requirements that need. So, step 3, assessment of your qualification. Step 4, you will receive an advice. Step 5, submit application to school. Step 6, convince the immigration that you are a genuine student. So, here, dito na papasok yung SOP tsaka GTE. So, kailangan natin i-convince ang immigration that we are or you are a genuine student. Kasi dito sila nagbe-base if i-approve ka nila or not. Kasi kailangan galingan or linisin natin ang inyong GTE or SOP para mapaniwala po natin sila na you are a genuine student. So, step 7, submit visa application. And the exciting part or the relieving part is step 8, arrange accommodation and travel. So, here are the steps that a student will undergo. Kailangan, ito yung mga 8 step or application process na pagdadaanan ng isang applicant ng isang student visa holder. So, forms, fill up the PDF form agreement or school enrollment form or etc. Submit all the required document to school. Pay the enrollment fee directly to school. So, dito, walang dadaan sa company any payment maliban sa professional fee. Or dito, pag nagbayad kayo ng tuition fee or pag nagbayad kayo ng immigration, direct po sa kanila yon. So, here, number 4 is pay the tuition fee directly po sa school. Then, sa immigration, direct din po kayo sa immigration magbabayad ng immigration fee. So, ayan yung stages na naka-stated below to get you started, your student visa holder. So, ayan, yan po yung ating application or yan po yung processing ng ating student visa. So, this 2024, we have upcoming 3 intakes. So, kailangan nyo na pong habulin. But I suggest or advise or mas maganda siguro yung April intake because as of now, according to school, hindi pa sila naghahanap ng show money or IELTS. So, medyo maluwag pa sila. So, pwedeng mas madali or hindi mabigat yung inyong processing pag walang show money tsaka IELTS. That's why kailangan natin habulin ang April intake. So, I suggest na mag-apply kayo for April intake. So, pag may mga tanong po kayo sa ating viewers, kay Mr. Erickson. If you are interested, pwede po kayo mag-drop your full name and number. Then after this seminar, you're gonna receive a call from our team. So, sa mga gusto mag-start ng inyong processing, mag-drop lang po kayo ng inyong number tsaka full name.